My name is Johnny Shep. I'm the bad nurse. I'm here with my brother Blue right here beside me.
Yes, sir.
Today, February 2nd, 2020, we just got back from our Chicago trip. So happy back in Florida, but we already got the next trip booked. We're going to San Diego next week. So, we're getting ready to start our podcast, but before we start, please remember to like, subscribe, share our content. We're on YouTube at What's Good, What's Really Good. We got a lot of stuff coming out soon. We got comedy skits coming out. We got vlogs coming out. We're going to be traveling all over the place. We're going to have tons of good content coming out. And we got podcasts. So if you guys want to come and join our podcast, hit us up with a DM. We got giveaways coming out soon. You know we're going to do it big, y'all. So, we got two lovely guests here with us. So we're going to go around, tell a bit about each other. My name is Johnny Shep. I'm a travel nurse. I live in Bradenton, Florida. I just got back from a Chicago assignment. And I'm ready to go to the next thing. So, I love football. I love fighting. And I just love having a good time, man. So, we'll go around the room. Would you like to introduce yourself, young lady?
My name is Cynthia. I'm 25. I'm a travel nurse.
Okay.
I live in Burview, Florida. Right now I'm working in St. Pete.
Okay.
And yeah. That's it. What about you?
What about you, sir?
Everybody knows me. I'm Blue. I'm originally from Atlanta. Grew up in Florida for the most part. You know, I'm a Zoe, sac passe, all my people. Muy pamio, ugonese mue. Travel nurse also. Me and my brother, we go all over the place. I'm an avid traveler. I go all over the world.
What's up, gang? My name is Brittany. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a new mom, and I love to travel as well. And I'm here just celebrating and living life.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, I'm glad we got our guests on here. We were trying to get guests, but you know, some people are flaky a little bit. Some people got things to do, which is cool. I understand it, you know. So, Brittany, you like to travel, right?
I love to travel.
Tell me a little bit of places that you've been before.
Oh my God! Wow. Okay, let me get the list together. Okay. I haven't been to California. That's one on my list. Top list. Oregon is on my list. And
So all the places you've been, you haven't been to California yet.
I know, but you know what? It's not on my top list. I feel like everybody's been there. Everybody's been posting. I have family. That's where I live. Like my dad's from California, born and raised.
Right.
So I have family out there. I'm not really trying to dig deep and trying to go there. I don't know why. It's just I feel like a lot of people have already been there, and it's like they've been posting. I'm not reaching for that. I want to go to Oregon, Montana, shit like that. But I've been to like Tennessee, Alabama, North, South Carolina, more on the East Coast, Vegas. I've done that type of shit, you know, Wisconsin and stuff. But I haven't been to California.
So what brings you like over there, like the West, like on Tennessee, Virginia, stuff like that? Like,
Okay,
what brings you over there?
Okay, so Tennessee, this, you know, that was for like a birthday thing. I was like, what was that, 2018, I think, 2019. We just went for my birthday, and
Cool.
It was fabulous. My birthday's in December. It's the winter time, so it's like cold, winter, snow. So we went for that, and then I went to Colorado and everything else. So I love to travel. I do love to travel, but I just had a baby, so I'm a new mom.
Right.
So right now I'm kind of like trying to get back on that traveling shit, but yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up.
Yes, ma'am.
Why know someone that's not a new mom, they just bought a new house. Cynthia, you just bought a new house, right? How was that?
Yeah, I did. It was great.
Great, right?
It was really great.
That's what's up. You've been traveling a lot. Where you been traveling to?
So for work, I've traveled to the Northeast, Massachusetts. I have family in Boston. And then after that, I've just been in Florida. I'm based in Florida, so I like to stay in Florida. But travel-wise, like vacation, I really only been on one like real vacation. Because I don't know, I'm Haitian, and a lot of Haitians don't believe in vacation. They believe in vacation to go out where moon, like go visit family. You know what I mean? That's a vacation. But vacation, go somewhere and spend money. They don't believe in that. But so my only real like travel vacation, I went to Paris in 2018.
What? Wow.
That's
How
on the
about that?
bucket list, okay.
2018, it was wild. It was wild. I was there for 7 days. Every day I saw something new.
Right.
And what's great about the city of Paris is like everything is in that city, so you can walk everywhere. You know what I mean? I saw the Eiffel Tower. I saw the Champs-Elysees. I saw everything. So, yeah, it was really cool, but it's crazy to think when you travel, like, once you get to your destination, you're like, shit, I'm not just in a different country, I'm in a different continent. Like, that's crazy. They use different plugs. Like, when you turn on the radio or the TV, it's in a different language. Like, I think that it's kind of crazy to think about, like, how easily people can get to different parts of the world nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. I'm French, so it's like that's.
Oh, okay, cool.
I want to go. So.
Very cool.
Yes, man, was beautiful. The people, how was it? The food.
It was amazing. And the thing about the food, I was kind of scared.
I know. I'm the same way.
I was scared because I was like, I like to eat, okay? So
yeah.
I was like, they're gonna give me these little small things, but it was fine. The food was good.
Okay.
And then when you go there was a lot of different, like authentic restaurants. Like I went to a Greek restaurant. I went to an authentic Italian restaurant.
Good,
you kind of see everything.
Good.
So that's pretty cool.
That's good to know. Sure. I'm like, I was the same way. If I go to Paris, I'm not trying to eat snails.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. I mean, me and this guy, we've been travel nursing for like maybe like 7 months, 8 months now. We've been in Fort Myers together.
I know. Oh my goodness.
We've been to Portland, Oregon together. We just came back from Chicago.
Oh my God.
Super chill like there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a Green Bay fan, so I don't really want to do Chicago like that, you know. So, but I mean, leisurely travel, we've been to Miami. That was pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, Miami was crazy.
We went to LA. That was something right there. I mean, is there anywhere else like? I mean, you've been a lot of places. Anywhere else you want to travel?
Yeah. I love to travel. I've always loved to travel. I've been to Spain. I've been to Colombia twice. I'm going back to Colombia in August. As a matter of fact, me and my cousin almost bought a condo in Colombia.
For sure.
We've been to the Bahamas twice. I've been to Cozumel, Mexico. I've been to Grand Turk. And then after this last contract, I've been to 11 states that I counted.
Hey,
Crazy.
what's up?
I want to see all 50 states. I really want to do more domestic than worldly, but I mean, I had a trip to Tokyo that was canceled because of COVID. I had a trip to Argentina that was canceled because of COVID.
Hey. Yeah.
I mean, it's cool traveling the world, seeing different places. It's nothing like you think on TV, like what the media tells you. Some of these other places are pretty dope when you go there.
Right. That's what's up, man. Do you find yourself like traveling with anybody specifically, like guys, girls, siblings,
so like,
family, things like that?
Most of my trips have all been different. I travel with one of my cousins a lot. He works for Delta. He gets us cheap flights. He goes all over the world. I did an all guys trip. I did 2 all guys trips, and the all guys trips were something else. We did a cruise to Mexico, into Key West, and then we went to Spain. It was all guys. We had a blast, a blast. So I've been on all kinds with significant others, and so every trip, depending on who you go with, it makes the trip different. So it's always cool to kind of change it up.
Absolutely. What about you, Brittany? You travel with people? You travel to see anybody, or like what's going on with that?
I've been to Bahamas with a friend, and I've done, different locations with different people as well. And like you said, it's different experience with different people.
For sure.
I had a great time,
Yeah.
in different areas. Like
Yeah.
I agree with everything he just said. Honestly, like
Sure.
it's the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Different locations with different people.
Any crazy experiences? Ever meet any celebrities or anything like that, or?
Celebrities, not going out in public with them, but I mean, I've been around with some, top tier type of people.
Cool.
I've done some things which was very fun. I mean, if you know me, you probably seen the post if you're local. If not, then just, it was really, it was a fun experience.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of celebrities, I mean, I don't know if y'all heard, but like, I guess A$AP Rocky and Rihanna are having a baby or whatever.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So, I mean, what do y'all think about that? Like, that's pretty crazy, right? I mean, like,
Yeah.
how long have they even been dating each other? Like, not that long or what?
Well, I know at a certain age they knew of each other because they had a music video and they might have gave it some time. Who knows how it, you know what I'm saying? You know how women and they might like each other. They might not have said anything. I don't know, but they was like they know of each other obviously in the industry.
Right.
But I mean, obviously they relinked and made it
Yeah.
more official when it was the right timing. And obviously Rihanna is old enough to know when she was ready.
Right.
A$AP was ready when he was ready. They're all older, 30s. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's perfect age, honestly, to be quite honest.
But my thing is like,
The family.
but my thing is like this, like,
Stable.
if you look at like a lot of celebrities, right? A lot of celebrities, like, because back in the day, the tradition was like, you meet a girl,
Yeah.
you meet her family, you get married, then you have children. But it
Yeah.
seems like more like, people are having children before they even get married. I mean, it's like, is this becoming like the new norm? What do you think, Cindy? Like, is this becoming the new norm to child before marriage? Because you know how many children are in like wedding pictures and all that stuff. Like, what do you think about that?
I think that's absolutely the new norm. I feel like, and this might be biased, but I feel like a lot of people out here have no intentions on getting married. Mm-hmm. And they might meet somebody, maybe a baby happens, maybe they fall out of love with that person, they go on to the next person. Yeah, but I feel like nowadays I'm seeing a lot more people with baby mamas, baby daddies. Yeah. They got kids by different people, and I feel like that's more like widely accepted now, and I feel like that's the norm. I feel like relationship wise, that's the norm. That's the new, like, honestly, I can tell you, I don't know anyone who's like, yeah, I want to get married one day. And I can't tell you one guy, okay? I cannot tell you one guy out there that's true.
That is true. It's so funny.
They're not trying to bring nobody on dates.
I know.
Okay, so I really feel like that's just what it is. They might stay together, they might not stay together. It doesn't really matter at this point.
So then the question is this then. Mm-hmm. So obviously relationships aren't working. I'm not going to say nowadays because there's definitely evidence to suggest that for a long time, even before our generation, that relationships weren't working. Mm-hmm. I hear people say like, oh, this new generation of people, they don't work out. No, I know so many step siblings. I know so many stepmothers. I know half brothers and stuff. So relationships weren't working out to begin with.
Yeah.
But we can speak for our generation when we ask the question, who's responsible for relationships in our generation not working? Men or women or a little bit of both?
It's men.
I'm not gonna lie. I was
without a doubt, men.
I was gonna say a little bit of both, and you know what? And the reason why I say a little bit of both is because I know how I can be. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's women that are good and that are loyal in a relationship. Me, I am too, but I don't know. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I am not perfect. I ain't gonna say nobody, but a lot of people aren't perfect. But long story short, I was gonna say both. It's not just one and it's not the other. I know some females that are just straight up nasty. You know what I'm saying? And it's just true. It's just what it is. It is what it is. I can't explain it, but it is what it is. You got a little bit of both. But men, to begin with, I feel like men specifically feel like they have to justify their reasoning behind it. Men, we just don't do good with one or left. It's not an excuse. If you got a female, you go for it. And honestly, you will go for it. And then some things will come up or some things will happen. But I feel like it's a little bit of both, to be quite honest. But I feel like men have a logic or a reasoning behind their shit most of the time. And it doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, if you want to argue biology,
I said both, but there's always an excuse or a reasoning behind men's reasoning. Well, but there's women out there, don't get me wrong, because I know I can be a little bit of both. John, you got one.
Well, then it becomes to the question.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Why do men cheat and why do women cheat?
I feel like men have zero fucks to give. Like, they're just out here, they're looking for one thing, they like variety, they're just out of control. There's no sense of like boundaries, there's no like I want to follow a straight path, they're just out here. Okay? I'm telling you. I can't speak for all women.
Yeah, who hurt you?
For real.
Who hurt you, Cindy? Who hurt you?
I'm just telling you my experience as a 26-year-old in the modern.
Hold on, I gotta go ahead for that because that ain't got nothing to do with who hurt you.
This is my experience.
But obviously somebody hurt you if you're coming out like this.
No, you heard, but how I came out. It's the same thing she's saying, but in a different perspective. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you the female perspective.
Perfect. She has her reason, I have mine, but it's the same thing. You men always have an excuse. Oh, well, what's your reason behind it? It's not in the reason. I just said we both. I don't have a reason behind it because I know I can be a part of that too. I'm not perfect. Men aren't perfect. So it's a little bit of both. But don't sit there and because she justified her reason, who hurt you. It's not about who hurt her. It's just men reasoning behind it. Like, just like I just said, my piece, I'm not perfect.
Okay. Go ahead.
So why do you feel women cheat?
Oh, now it's women.
I would say,
we gonna get on that real quick.
You would say it's a logical reason, but you would say men just cheat.
No. Go ahead, Johnny. Why? Yeah, answer this question.
No, give your perspective.
No, I want to hear your perspective. You said men cheat just too. So women cheat why?
I feel like
It can be different. We
men
can't
cheat,
justify
but
why
also
they
men
cheat.
don't want to get into relationships, period. Does that make sense? So it's
Okay,
not always a
reason.
cheating thing. It's kind of just like they're just out here. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but that's been my perspective. In terms of women cheating, maybe they're looking for something specific.
Oh,
Maybe they're looking for something
Wait.
that the person they're with isn't providing them. You know what I mean? Maybe it's an emotional or physical or
Does that make it okay?
factor that doesn't make it okay.
For any end.
But
For
I'm
the
just
women
saying
or the
that's
men.
my
Don't sit there and do that to her.
Like,
Because it goes both ways.
This is the thing, and I'm talking from I try to talk from an unbiased standpoint
Okay, good.
because obviously I'm a guy, I have
I'm
tons
not
of guy
either.
friends, and I know what guys are like. But I also work in the nursing field. I have plenty of lady friends, and I can give their perspective on stuff.
Yeah.
And for the most part, it seems like men tend to cheat because, you know, if they're at home, they're not getting what they want physically,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Women, it's usually a deeper emotional,
But it could be,
mental aspect of
absolutely,
it.
absolutely.
They're not getting the mental stimulation that they need, the emotional stimulation that
So
they
there's
need.
both on both sides. That's one that's not getting from one another, and then women we're not getting something. So you're right,
Right.
absolutely.
I don't necessarily think it's
Same
that
thing.
men want like variety. I mean, naturally
We don't need variety either. It could be just one thing, just like y'all have one thing.
Right.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah.
I mean, it could be.
Could be.
Yeah. And like I say, I mean, honestly, I can sit here and say that men cheat more, right? I can say that men cheat more. I can say that.
You can say that for
say
you.
that. I can say that. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Do
for
you not
you.
agree with me?
I know a lot of
I
women that
can't agree
cheat.
with
I know a lot of women that
I know.
cheat.
I can't agree
People always
with you
say,
on that
oh,
one. I
women,
can't.
I know women that cheat, women cheat more, or it's 50-50. I truly don't believe that.
That's what I'm saying. You
I
cannot
really
just say one cheats more than the other. I'm
Yeah.
not
So you don't think I can
gonna
say
agree
men
with
cheat more? Because I can say
that.
men
Are
cheat
you
more.
kidding
I do
me?
believe men cheat more.
So women
I
cheat more
don't
than
agree with that.
women cheat more.
I feel like a lot of women cheat. I don't think you can say either one cheats more than the other. It
I
depends on
can't,
your
you
experience.
cannot justify who
Yeah.
cheats more. You have
Good.
no idea. Somebody can be in a relationship
I
with you,
know a lot
you
of
have
women who
no
cheat.
idea. I promise you, you probably really don't.
Oh, I know lots of women that cheat.
That's what.
But this is the
Yeah.
thing though. But this is the thing though. Women tend to put up with it more than men will.
And you know what? I can agree with that. I totally can agree
Yeah.
with that. But that doesn't mean that the men cheat more.
It does.
It
It
might-
does. And I can tell you why.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm curious. Yeah, I'm
because
curious.
when men cheat,
Okay.
usually all is forgiven, right? Women tend to forgive a little bit more.
But that doesn't stop
and
her
then-
from cheating just
but
because the
listen
next nigga leaves
But
her.
listen
She's
though.
gonna do it with somebody who's comfortable,
But-
and she's gonna do what she wants to do because she did that in the past. He left, so guess what?
But my thing is this: men tend to take it in.
And believe me, with the
men
women you
can't-
cheat with, you really think they single?
Men can't
Let's be clear.
accept that their women cheated like women can accept that their men cheated.
Okay, but that doesn't make the difference of who's cheating
and
more.
women kind of forgive them.
But
a
that
little bit
doesn't
more.
make the difference of who's cheating more because
No,
of the
it
difference.
doesn't.
Because I know I'm still with who I'm with, and they know I've been cheating. So that I'm telling you, that does not. And I know other women in the same situation. You cannot sit there and say that.
I mean, I can. Based on my own experience.
Well, I mean, you
who I've
can't base
talked
off
to,
yours, and I
the
can say
places I've
that. That's
been.
why me and you are kind of like up and down with it because
Right.
I'm telling you,
But I know.
telling
You know how many people I know?
But do you know how many other women are in relationships that probably don't even tell you this? I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is based off your
I'm
You could be
experience.
right. You could be right. I
I'm
just.
telling off of experience, grown, younger, between. I'm telling you, you
I mean, you
got
could be right.
and you're right, and you could be
But
right. It's up in the air.
I just feel like
actually.
men
It's up
are
in the air.
men.
Nobody knows.
Men
really.
biologically and naturally are more promiscuous.
I agree with that. I totally
Right?
agree. Naturally,
yeah.
yes. I
So
agree.
naturally, you would
Naturally.
expect them to be more of the ones to step out than women will.
Yeah, but
Okay.
in life you have to have self-control.
I
You know
agree.
what
I'm
I
not
mean? That's
justifying
one of the
anything.
things that's one of the things you learn growing up. You have to control your
Well-
actions. You're responsible for your actions.
Well, me pointing out who I think cheats more doesn't mean necessarily me justifying.
I think it's even because I know a lot of women who cheat out there.
Yeah.
I know a lot of faithful guys out there.
Yeah.
So I think it could go either way.
But it only makes sense that guys cheat more because men can go out here and they could sleep with 10 women and not feel emotions for any of them, right?
Of course, yeah.
But women tend to be more emotional when
Most
they have
women,
relationships.
yeah.
Now, I'm telling you,
Most
I know a lot of women that can do the
I was
same.
gonna say the same.
I know, but a lot of women, if it's not emotional, they're doing it to cope with something. They're doing it because they have daddy issues. This is coming from women. This is not coming from my mouth.
Maybe not. I feel like the difference between men and women is people look at a man and they expect him to be like this. If people look at a woman and they expect them to be another way, they feel like they're more innocent, they're more loyal, but they could be doing just as much dirt. They have the benefit of the doubt, whereas the guy doesn't get as much of the benefit of the doubt.
Benefit of the doubt as what do you mean?
When you look at a guy, a lot of times they'll be like, guys cheat, guys are liars, guys are whatever. When you look at a woman, you don't automatically say that, whereas they could be that.
I mean, you're not lying about that.
I get you.
You're not lying about that.
I get that.
I mean, it's just like there was like the Bill Cosby thing, right?
Okay.
These people brought this stuff up from like years ago, talking about Bill Cosby this, Bill Cosby that,
Which I don't like.
which is obviously not right. I mean, I have mixed emotions on that.
I know, because I don't know if it's facts or not.
But the thing is, Cardi B came out was like, you know, I'm drugging guys, this and that,
She said
and nobody batted an eye about
No,
that.
I didn't even know she said that.
Yeah,
But you know what? As soon as somebody hears that about Bill Cosby, like, you know what? He's a cheater. He was so crazy.
I hated that
They didn't give him the benefit of the doubt to be like, yo, hold on, maybe there's another side of the story. It was automatically, he's a this, he's a that, he's a whatever.
That's horrible.
Well, that's kind of a thing where like you have to look at society and think that men, because there's this whole thing about, you know, men and women are created equal and they should be looked at equal and this and that.
I don't
But the
agree
fact of
with
the
that.
matter is, men and women aren't equal, and they're not going to be looked at it because, like for example, if I was to go out, right, and somebody like said I raped a girl or something like that, right, I'm automatically guilty in the court of public opinion.
Because of also you're a black man. You got to think of society. It ain't about between black or women or men. It's between racism in this world right now.
But I'm saying you can even put them on the same level though.
Huh?
If me as a black guy,
yes,
you as a black girl.
Heavy on the black, everybody. Heavy on the black. But go ahead.
But I'm saying if it was a black guy and a black girl, or a white guy and a white girl.
It don't matter about, but black guy. Let's just be clear. Black guy. Go ahead. Keep going.
But I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter if it's a black girl or a white girl. A black guy, black girl, white guy, white girl.
Okay.
Men and women are looked at differently. Period. Regardless of race.
Right off the bat, we're gonna always be looked at differently and heavily depending on what we're looking at or involved in.
Right.
But keep going.
So like sexual assault allegations.
That's
if
heavy.
a woman is accused of sexually assaulting,
being sexually involved, and yes.
I'm talking about anything.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anything in general.
Let's think deep now.
If a woman was accused of being a sexually assaulting
with
guy,
with a black guy, heavy on the black. But go ahead.
No, I'm not talking about race.
Well, you
right
said black. You started off with black. We can rewind tape.
No, I didn't say black. You started black.
Okay.
But
you said it first.
Okay, it could be any race.
It could be any race. Like, throw the race off for a second, okay?
Well, let's keep
We're talking about
that
strictly men and women.
Okay.
If a woman was accused of sexually assaulting a guy,
okay,
the guy would be laughed at, even if he was a victim.
Yeah.
He'd be laughed at.
I agree.
Versus if a guy was accused of sexually assaulting a woman, he'd automatically be deemed
We've
a
had
predator,
that.
this and that, and the girl be a victim, whether she was lying or not. And that's facts. And those are some of the differences that women and men are looked at.
It's completely biased. Even to the point where some people can't even ask. So when the Ray Rice issue came out and he punched a girl in the elevator, Stephen A. Smith came out on one of the podcasts and he says, by no means is it okay, but one has to ask themselves, what did she do to upset him so much? And he got suspended. It's a pure journalist question to ask what happened.
Of course.
That he would hit her like that and they suspended him.
Of course.
I mean, yeah, I feel like most of the times in life where there's smoke, there's fire. But at the same time, like I was saying before, as an adult, growing up, you learn to have self-control. Yeah, someone might piss you off, but that doesn't give you the excuse to go punch them in the face. Or someone might turn you on, that doesn't give you the excuse to go rape them.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Totally agree with that.
I feel like that's where the law comes in and judges whether you exhibited or not self-control.
I agree.
I mean, I agree, but
I totally agree with that.
At the same time, it's like you said, like you have to have self-respect, right?
Yes.
And
heavy.
Where am I going with this? Like, when it comes to like rape allegations, unfortunately, you have to look at something and be like, what's the whole story? Because there's been instances of like false allegations, not even just rape, of like assault, racial activity, and this and that, where people fake it because they know, like, if I was a girl and like I'm a white girl, whatever, and this is a black man right here, I know I can fake that he raped me and I can get all his money and this and that. Look at the Michael Jackson thing. We all know he didn't do it. We know he didn't do it.
I don't think Mike did it either.
But because he was a black man and there was some little white children, what can I say? What can he say? He looks guilty in the court of public opinion.
What I was saying earlier.
Right? Like there's certain things and leverage that you can do to where we have to look at these situations where it's like rape or assault or whatever. And we have to say, okay, because by law you're innocent until proven guilty, right? So we have to look at this stuff and be like, okay, what's the full story? We can't just take your word for it, you know? Yeah. But and the same token, on the other hand, it's unfortunate that some people can get away with it based on law.
Yeah.
Let's say I raped Cynthia. Well, if I know the law, right, and I can wiggle my way around some shit, and I got a good-ass lawyer, he can get me off scot-free, even if I did do it.
Of course.
You see how the world is? It's just, some of these things are just like, the world isn't fair.
Because at the end of the day, and on any trial, it's not about whether they did it or not. It's about reasonable doubt. Can you prove reasonable doubt? It don't matter if they did it or not.
Absolutely. So, it's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know, I was reading this article the other day, and it was saying how, like, there's like 17 celebrities that are like shorter, like men celebrities are like shorter than their wives. And I thought it was interesting because like you never see a girl going for, you never see a girl like, oh, you know, height is not a deal breaker. Okay. Most girls will only date up when it comes to like financial status. Most girls will only date up when it comes to height. Most girls will only what, Cynthia, what kind of things do you look for in a guy?
I look for height. I look for everything you just did.
I'll go grab him.
Yeah. What do you look for, Cynthia?
So I look for pretty much everything he just named. In my ideal, this is ideal. Like,
okay, let's hear it. What's your ideal
checks
man?
off all the boxes. I like black men, dark skin. I'm Haitian, so I prefer like some type of African, Caribbean, you know what I mean? That's my thing. Good job, nice family, good values. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, what are you looking for?
You know what? Same thing. I'm open to dating. Like she said, if I date black men, it's got to be dark skin. I'm open to island, whatever. Same thing. I like personality, the look, the work ethic. I don't care if you're rich. I'm not trying to date no broke nigga. But, I mean, if you got a job and you're hardcore, you do business, I mean, you take care of the household, that's what I like as well. And you keep up with your stuff. You're a clean guy. You're not trying to do none of that side work on none of that. Because I'm not trying to hold anybody down like that. Like, no, we're too grown. I'm at that age where I'm too grown. So, no. But everything she pretty much just said, honestly. Yeah. So, yeah.
So, what are you looking for? And I'm very interested in this because I have something to say after.
Okay, all right. And I have a very opinionated part also.
And that's okay. That's
all right.
Okay.
So,
share your opinion with us.
Me personally, I look for more characteristics.
Okay.
I look for someone who has ambition, who has drive, who has a good character. I'm very religious, so I want somebody who matches me on a religious standpoint. To me, that's a deal breaker. Religion to me is a deal breaker. I'm very Christian, everybody knows that. Go to church, I'm involved in my church, so I can't be tethered to someone who is anti-church or God or anything like that. That just doesn't work for me. I see down the road it's going to be an issue. And I feel like in a lot of relationships, people don't talk about stuff. Oh, we're in love, blah, blah. But you don't talk about this stuff, and then down the road, it becomes a problem.
Of course, that's how it is.
As far as that goes, I mean, those are the main qualities for me. I want to see somebody with ambition and drive. I want to see a girl who's out there on her stuff. I'm not out here to save nobody. I'm established. I'm 34 years old. I'm established. I'm not out here to come and save nobody. Like, I'm not out here to be nobody's meal ticket or anything like that. I need to see some drive. I need some ambition.
That's beautiful.
But I feel like, personally, as a male, I feel like women can have their preferences and say, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that, and it's okay. But I feel like a lot of males say they're looking for this, and they're called shallow, they're called this,
you didn't even say
they're
your
called
physical
that.
preferences. We said our physical preferences. You didn't say your physical preferences.
I mean, to me, attractive is attractive. I just have to be attracted to that person. Okay. So, I mean, when you see somebody, you're going to be attracted to them physically. I'm not gonna say they gotta be this weight or this height or this whatever, because that's not the end all be all for me.
It's not the end all be all for me either, but I'm just saying that's my type. However, with all that said, you feel a certain way about religion, they have to have drive, yada yada yada. I feel like when it comes to guys, they might have all these, things they're looking for in women. But once they see a girl with a fat ass, oh my God, they're all the drive and all that bullshit flies out the window.
But hold on, that's not
and
the
they
same.
go crazy. And they stick up with toxic girls just for that. And it's ridiculous.
What up?
Well, I'm not gonna say that.
That's why I feel like toxic girls are winning.
So check this out. Check this out.
All the guys I see putting up with these girls,
but here's the thing.
They're getting played.
I might drive a nice car, right? I might drive a nice car, but does that mean I see a Ferrari go by and I can't be like, yo, that Ferrari looks nice?
No,
I got my car and I like my car. But if I see something that's
what
nice,
I'm saying is, I feel like that's going to a separate.
And that's going to a separate what? That's going to a separate what?
Well, I'm talking about when it comes to men. A lot of men say, I want XYZ, I want a woman who can cook, I want blah, blah, blah.
I feel like...
And then when it comes down to it, they see someone that looks good, they end up in a toxic relationship,
and it don't work out.
And they put up with it. Because she looks good. That's why I said I feel like the toxic girls are winning.
I don't think that's always the case.
That's what I'm saying,
like
but like the reliable, good girls.
I feel like guys are held to a lot of double standards. You know how many girls have turned me away? They say, you're too nice of a guy, you're too nice. But they want to be with the thug guy who beats at them and cheats and yells at them.
That's what I'm saying. That's a compliment.
Oh, I hear it all the time.
That's all I'm telling you. You're lucky you're not with her, but
I'm saying when it comes to people, talking about I want drive, I don't want this shit.
That was a good stuff in the right
You don't want that. You don't want that. It's all a lie.
I don't know.
That's not what you really want.
Maybe that's the experiences you've had.
Okay.
But I feel like
go ahead.
I just feel like guys should be entitled to their preferences just like females are entitled to their preferences.
Yeah, they are entitled to their preferences, but I feel like you need to be honest with yourself sometimes.
Hold on, I need to understand what's going on here because I'm a little late.
What we were talking about was we said, I asked Ron, what are you?
What I was looking for in a female, and I said I need personality, drive. I said you gotta have character. I said religion is huge. The religion is huge.
And then I said when it comes to real life, when they find someone that looks good, all these thoughts go out the window, and they'll stay in a toxic relationship. They'll put up with a whole bunch of bullcrap just because the woman looks a certain way. And honestly,
do you know his preferences?
Honestly, he just told me his preferences.
So why are you saying when he sees a fine girl, throw it out the window?
I'm not saying specifically him. I'm saying I see that a lot.
So
I see that happen a lot.
I think you see
and
that a lot.
Jerron said the same thing. He said when there's girls, he sees girls that like the thug guys, the guys with the golds and the chains and this and that.
Which is not
and they go after that
at all. I don't know why y'all go directly for that.
I mean that's a well-known thing right there.
That's not
I'm just saying I think human nature is you might want one thing, but that's not really what you. That you're not being honest with yourself.
Maybe with women.
Because you.
We're women.
Maybe with women. I mean, it's a well-known they say
that's unfortunate.
They say
that's
that
not accurate. It's unfortunate because it's not accurate.
They say that phrases come from the real thing. There's a reason that there's a thing called.
It's not accurate.
There's a thing that's called.
Inaccurate.
Nice
you cannot
guys finish last. Why is that?
That was back in the day. We talking about right now, baby.
No,
that don't work.
Still the same thing.
We talking as women. I'm not gonna try to correct women. We're women and telling you that's not the truth.
I feel like girls too. When you
from the past era, y'all heard that.
I think maybe you might be a little biased.
I'll be whatever you want to do.
I
tell you, as two women on this couch, as the two men telling y'all piece, we're telling you the same thing on our side. But we're accepting y'all, but y'all not here.
She said when he meets or anybody guy meets a nice guy.
But I was about to say, I feel like
don't correct me when I talk about girls. Don't correct her,
but you were listening to her already. So listen, finish what
I
you're
feel like
listening
with women,
period.
When guys see like a good girl, has a nice job, nice career, no kids, has everything going on, doesn't have the Instagram body, they feel like they're boring and they feel like they're not worth, you know what I mean, worth their time. So they don't treat them the same. So if that girl comes with any type of, I don't know, they're like, oh no, she's not worth it. They'll blame them. But I feel like when it comes to like an Instagram model type of girl, they'll put up with the toxicness.
I think that goes back to your original question of why do men cheat? Because they'll see that girl that might be attracted to that Instagram body and they're lacking things and they go to find it somewhere else. And that's why men cheat. But when they find that good girl that has that drive and does all that stuff, they're the ones that get wiped out ultimately.
Honestly, I know what she's talking about. And as women, I know exactly what she's talking about. There's no woman that's a good girl that look extra good like the Instagram model. Y'all go for visual. Y'all go really for... Y'all will go. No, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Y'all will go for it, but it's a small percentage of those who will go for it. The non-visual. There's a lot of men, y'all like what y'all like because it's visual. Y'all do. It is what it is. Y'all like a fat ass, perky titties, young face. She all did up. Y'all like that, and y'all gonna go for it if she give y'all the fucking time and day. But listen to me. Y'all will go. There's a small percentage that will actually keep that who doesn't look like that. What she's saying. I get a little bit of both. Like that's why I'm gonna go back to men and girls cheat the both. Y'all just don't know the other female side and why we do it in the flip side. I'm one's to vouch for that. I'm not pro that, but y'all gotta understand where she's coming from.
So
I get it. She's saying that. Listen to what I'm gonna rewind. So wait.
What do you have to offer?
Hold on. What she's saying is. She's saying that you guys naturally go for, men just period, not just you guys. Men naturally go for what they visually see. Once y'all go for it and y'all cling on and they give y'all the time of the day, even though y'all ain't nobody, but y'all got a little bit of money, that's all it takes is a little bit of money. If you got some money and you look, shut up please. Okay, it takes nigga with the money and you got that clout, that money, you spending that check and you doing what she tell you to do, you gonna get the bag, and that's okay, you're not one of the ones I'm talking about. Yeah. The baddest bitch is gonna get the nigga who's whatever got that money, who's gonna spend the time of day. They gonna cling to that type of nigga, okay, who's doing what she thinks she wants, right? But there's niggas who out there who seeing deeper than that, and that's the type I'm talking about. You're that one. Go ahead.
So here's the conversation. When you talk about, are we talking about dating, going out a couple of days?
No, I'm not talking about
relationship and trying to wife people?
Yes.
Because whenever I try to get in a relationship with somebody, I ask the female, what do you bring to the table? Because you got to bring more than the average.
Because a lot of average guys don't do that, but a lot of guys don't do that. That's why she was referring. That's why she was referring back to girls who do good. Because a lot of guys don't do shit like that. That's why I say you're not that guy. You're not that guy.
Just like everything else,
you're not that guy.
It needs to be put on the table.
You're not that guy. But go
just
ahead.
like the guy's interviewing
you're not that guy.
for you, you are interviewing for him.
You're not that guy.
You gotta talk about it. Like she was saying, oh, you're just gonna see it. No, you got to express it.
And he's already spending money and doing the most for you.
Yeah, you see what
that's what I'm saying. You gotta listen to what she's saying because she knows. There's certain guys, and I'm not saying that's why I said it's not you two. I'm just speaking for most men. You're not that guy. We're talking about. But go ahead.
It seems that these guys you're talking about are the guys that girls like y'all to go for. But that's just me. I mean, you guys sit here and say, oh, you think the guy, he gotta have this money and this and that, this and that. But that's the kind of money
us. We're just looking for a lot of
go for it.
Like you said, a lot of girls, we know.
Guys like that. So I'm confused because now he's a problem, but it's the kind of guys
we
that
can't speak for their situation. We don't know deep into detail, but we know for the most part as women.
I'm just saying, you said
just like you said, as men, y'all backing y'all shit up. We can't back it up.
So, like for example, when you talk about like girls that are into guys for money. Me personally, I can't.
That's women. That's the other women. But we know other women. We know.
I personally can't be tethered to a woman who's looking for money and stuff. Right. Because if I'm looking for a partner to build with, if something happens to me, I need to know I'm with somebody who can stand on their own, and I'm not a meal ticket. I need to know that somebody that's going to be an extension of me and can make a decision on my behalf.
I feel like we all on this couch can agree to that, but we know outside of that, that's not what it is today, nowadays.
I'm not going to say that's what it is nowadays, today.
But you just asked us, how is the relationship if people aren't getting married, if people aren't really taking... You said that before we rolled. Now all of a sudden, I don't feel that way.
I've been a long time advocate of things are the same way they were nowadays. Social media might make it be able to see like, okay, this is what it is, it's not.
You might say, hold on, let me finish.
I let you finish, right?
Right, go ahead.
Okay, I let you finish.
But that don't even make
you
no
defend her,
sense.
you didn't defend me, let me finish?
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Go
Okay,
ahead,
thank
Johnny.
you.
Go ahead, Johnny.
So tell her that, don't tell
I'm
me
gonna go to the
that.
bar anyways.
Let's
So-
let Johnny finish.
This is my thing. Women and men are doing the exact same thing they've been doing for years now. Women tend to
What
like
about
a
men?
guy.
What about
You
men?
gonna finish?
Okay, go ahead.
Women tend to like a guy that's emotionally, physically, and financially stable to them. They want that security. They want that security, right? A lot of that looks appealing when it comes to these celebrity guys, these athletes, these rappers, these whatever. But at the same time, you know these guys ain't the type of dudes that's ready to settle down yet. They're young guys, they're getting into the game, you got all this money, you got groupies and stuff like that. You know they're not ready for that.
So you feel
Man,
like
what you
it's a
going for?
woman's fault?
I'm not saying
That's
it's
what I'm saying.
anybody's
Like,
fault.
That's what it sounds
men?
like.
You
I'm not
saying
saying-
women.
It sounds
saying
like, oh,
women.
you should have known.
What
this
about
was
we
wrong.
or women and men?
I thought I was gonna finish, but obviously I can't finish
Okay, I'm
because
sorry.
I get halfway done with the sentence and now all
I'm
that's the
sorry.
gospel.
I'm sorry.
So-
Let's let Johnny finish.
That's
So-
why I said
Go ahead
women
and
and
finish.
men.
We
You
want to
said
hear your
women.
opinion.
Okay.
So, why are you looking at guys like this? These are not the average guys right here. The average guys are guys like me and
And
Blue.
not like women.
We work
these
hard
days
for our
either.
money.
Not
We
like
save
women.
our money right. We invest our money right. We looking for build
Not like
for
nowadays.
generational wealth.
Right, I agree.
Blue can't go and rap on a track and get $1 million off one record.
Of course not.
I can't go on the football field and run around and make $1 million in 1 year.
Not.
We not like this. So
Of
we gotta
course
do our,
not.
we gotta get our
can't do
shit out the
certain
mud.
things either. We can't
right?
just grow up fat ass.
At the same time,
big titties either.
we have a
Richard.
responsibility
Yeah.
to when we do settle down
Mhm.
to give a girl what she's looking for
And just like we
and
do.
provide
Just like we do.
physically,
Just like
mentally,
we do.
emotionally,
Uh-huh.
and financially, right?
That's like we do.
So at the same time, this is how I see it.
That's how we do too.
We have the ability
That's like we do too.
to have standards of what we want.
Just like
Right?
we do too.
If I have money
Mhm.
and this girl, I like her,
Just
and
like
she
you
wants
did.
to work and this and that, and it's 50-50, she bring all the money home, that's cool. We can go 50-50 like that.
Of course.
At the same
That's your house.
time,
That's your house.
I'm not opposed to the I can work, make all the money, and she don't have to work. I'm not opposed to that.
Oh, of course not.
But at the same time, there's 50-50 in a relationship, and 50-50 doesn't always amount to financial.
Mhm.
So if you don't want to go to work and you want me to make money, pay all the bills, that's cool. The house better be clean,
Uh-huh.
food better be cooked,
Okay.
and I never have to worry about 50-50.
I
It's not
agree
always,
with that.
I feel
I
like
agree
people
with that.
nowadays tie 50-50 to financial. It's not
The
always
same
about
thing,
financial.
yeah. It's not always the
50-50
same.
is what you bring to the table. It didn't have to be money. Didn't have to be.
But that, you know what? But that's also your specific agreement in your household. It could be for her, for him. They can go 50-50 here, but you can pay all the bills and she be okay with that. Y'all might not agree with that as brothers, but it's your different household, and you gotta respect that.
Could be, but
Everybody's different.
Absolutely.
That's all.
I feel like 50-50.
That's all. Whatever you agree with
like
your spouse.
Like I tell any girl that I'm looking to date, I tell them you got to bring more to the table than an appetite. So what
That's
do
between
you
you and
bring?
your spouse.
What do
That's
you bring
between you
to
and
make
your spouse.
me better? A relationship should be synergy. I should be better with you. If I'm not better with you, then I could have just been alone. Because I'm doing well by
That's
myself.
between you
But
and your
what I
spouse.
was saying
Let's see
at
what
the
you say.
beginning
What are you saying?
was I don't feel like
My baby.
guys are saying what can you bring to the table? Do you have the religious aspect? Can you cook? Are you compassionate? All this
They don't
bullshit.
ask
I feel like guys, when they see someone that looks good, all these ideals fly out the window. For
Okay.
the visual. That's what I was saying.
But
at the
here's the
beginning.
thing though. Here's the thing
But-
though. It doesn't. I don't care what anybody says. Attractiveness matters. When you
Absolutely.
when you go to buy a house, you walk in. It's gotta look good.
Absolutely.
First. When you go to buy a car, it's gotta look good
For me.
first. When you
Okay.
go to see it, you're not gonna go get no rundown car. When you look at it, you're gonna be like, oh no, this ain't for me. It can still get you from point A to point
But
B.
what I'm
but it
saying
don't
is,
get you-
what I'm saying is,
If
yeah,
you
you
down and
can
out,
go
you
with
need
a good
something.
looking
You don't
house
get what you need, you take
if
it.
it's in a shit neighborhood.
To an
It's
extent.
good.
To an extent.
That's what I was
So
saying
don't sit
before.
there and die
I
so
feel
hard.
like a lot of guys will stay in these toxic relationships with these toxic girls because they look good. All that moral
To an
shit
ex-
flying
to an
out the window.
extent.
That's what I was saying before.
To an extent.
That's why I said I feel like toxic
I-
girls
I
are
think-
winning.
I think it's to an extent. That's why you have some beautiful, famous women
Yeah.
who have been married 4, 5, 6 times. Like, I think a guy will only stand for it to an extent.
All the toxic girls win.
That's why all the toxic girls.
He's right.
All the toxic
You
women.
gotta think, niggas who didn't have money
Put up with all
they
types
gonna
of
get the
shit.
baddest bitch they can cope. Believe
Toxic
that.
girls winning. Is that something to brag about?
It's not, but niggas brag about it. You would not.
Why are you bragging about that then?
He's not.
Why are you bragging about being toxic?
Listen, it's
brag
not
about
that. It's not that the
If a guy brags about being toxic, he'd be looked at. But he ain't shit. But toxic girls can brag about that. It's a good thing. She said that, not me.
So I feel like, honestly, I feel like.
Yeah, see what that gets you.
I feel like toxic. You say toxic women are winning, but it's to an extent. It's to an extent.
It's to an extent. To an extent.
That's why you have
to an extent.
That's why you can have the most gorgeous woman married 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Because it's only gonna last for so long. You're only gonna put up with something for so long.
Okay, but how many good girls are getting?
But I was gonna say, not even that, but women know.
They
study. They know. They know what they need to change. They know. So it's not that it goes to that extent.
It works for girls too.
Women know better. Like y'all think y'all so up notch and y'all got the game ahead. Y'all have no fucking idea. Johnny, you missing a fucking like a little thing on that shit. Goddamn.
Do they? I feel like you're a little biased.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Alright.
Because I've sit here and said that I think guys cheat more.
I just said both of us cheat more, and I said that in the beginning before we recorded.
No,
And I
it's
said
not even about
again.
that. But you sit here. If I say anything about a girl,
Yeah.
oh no. But if I say something about a guy, like you haven't said nothing about guys yet.
What that I didn't say?
You haven't said nothing about guys yet.
About
That's what I'm trying to say.
Are you sure?
If I sit
I've
here,
been paying attention to this.
if I sit here and harp on about a girl, you will immediately defend girls. Oh,
That's not true.
Guys,
you know why that's not true? I've actually hold back because I know as a woman, I'm not always perfect. I'm not prim. I'm not perfect. It is what it is. We on this live authentic as fuck, telling it is what it is from my perspective, from her perspective. But as women, I know what she's talking about.
You see it every day.
I see it every day. As a woman myself, I'm a woman. I'm a woman.
What is the question?
Yeah, my question was off topic. But previously we talked about kids before marriage. And Cynthia, you're not married.
I ain't say that, but
and Cynthia, you have no kids.
That's their religion.
Where do you draw the line on men with kids? Would you marry a guy who has 1 or 2 or 3 kids?
I mean, I feel like it depends on my age. Right now, I'm 26 years old. I would like to find someone with no kids so that if we do get married, we would have our own kids by ourselves. Like if I'm 35, yeah, most men have kids. You know what I mean? So I feel like at a certain point, it's kind of like something you kind of have to give up on type thing. You know what I mean?
But you know what though? I feel like when a guy says something like that, the guy says, I want a girl with no kids, these girls be snapping
But
sometimes.
see, you gotta talk to them females who got on your shit or feel like you feel that way about all women because all women aren't like that.
I want to take a second to give a shout out to I Am Andy.
What about you, Brittany?
Benitez.
Well, I'm
Thank
open
you
to
for tuning
anybody
in.
who have a step-kid.
Roy M. Hudson.
But it ain't
Roy M.
about
Hudson,
2,
thank
3,
you
4,
for tuning
5.
in.
It ain't about to be that.
It's not gonna be that. Where is your line? Where do you draw your line?
If you got
Taylor
2 or
Roxanne,
1
thanks
kid,
for
I'm
tuning
okay.
in.
I have a shit.
Marley Boo, thanks for tuning in.
That's it.
The thing about
Panda
the
Boy,
whole-
thanks for tuning in. Ari Gutierrez,
That's personal.
thanks for tuning in. Nurse McCool, thanks for
Let's
tuning in.
say, so I've had a few people who had kids try to talk to me, whatever, have a relationship. You know what I mean? I just feel like the whole kid thing is an experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if someone has a kid, that's an experience that I.
So this is that personally to me, that's how I feel. I would prefer a female with no kids. And the reason why
I agree.
the reason why I would
Because
prefer
you
a
gotta deal with
female.
that other person.
I'm
You gotta deal with
Well,
the baby.
dealing with that other person is one thing, but I'm a very big experienced person.
Yeah.
So I would like to experience the first kid together. But if we had a kid, you already been through this. Like, you already been through this, you already had it done. Like, it's not the same for you as it would be for me to have my first. So that would be a cool experience having together the first time, rushing to the hospital, this and that. I'm in there, I got the camcorder or whatever, I'm looking or whatever. Like the whole first time experience for both of us.
Not to
agree.
mention the
I
whole
totally
aspect of, there's that aspect, but there's also the aspect of, okay, I have this child, you know, I'm dating someone, they're dating me, but they don't know my child. They have to build a relationship with this child too. And for me, coming into a relationship, that's a lot. I'm already trying to figure you out. Now I gotta figure your kid out.
Yep.
I don't know what you're okay with. Can I spank the kid? Can I? I'm Haitian, so I'm used to
Yeah,
like
spank 'em.
back
Spank
home.
them.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So if I'm
Yes.
spanking your kid, you get mad at me. Like I don't know. You know what I mean?
Listen, okay.
So it's kind of like you're dating two people. Kind of. You're not
Yeah,
dating
yeah,
two people. You're dating one
One
person, but you
person.
have to build a relationship with that
Yes.
child. Then when the next child comes in, you have to treat them the same. You can't treat your child better than the other child because the other child's gonna feel
Yeah, you
left
can't
out.
do that.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Coming into a relationship is already a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is. It really is. Yeah.
Well,
It really is. And I can say honestly, if you don't know about kids, please wait. Don't do it until you're married. Please don't do it. Because I should have waited. And I was willing to wait.
we'll definitely take your time for it. We're on
Take
time.
your damn
We're on
time.
time crunch right now, but
Johnny,
I
you
just want
know me, you can know I can vouch. And if I'm saying this, it's
Gotcha.
for real shit.
I just want to take a second
Don't do
to thank you, Brittany, for coming on our podcast. I want to thank you, Cindy, for coming on our podcast. I want to give a shout out to our guys behind the scenes, Jonathan, my boy Iz. Thank you guys for joining us behind the camera. What's good? What's really good, y'all? Please like, subscribe, and share. We're on What's Good, What's Really Good. That's WUSS Good, WUSS Really Good on YouTube. Again, that's WUSS Good, WUSS Really Good. What's good, what's really good, you guys? Follow us, subscribe, like our stuff, check us out. We got County Skits coming up, we got vlogs coming up, more podcasts coming up. If you want to get at us to be on a podcast, hit us with a DM on Instagram at thebadnurse1.com or on Instagram or Bluegill74. We outside, you guys.
We outside.
Yes.
Stay lit.